Well, welcome to the Joshua World Talk Show. We're glad you joined us, and we're here to talk about memories and fun things, and just to have a good time talking about our past and just have a good time. But we're glad you joined us, and let's get started. Well, like I said, Dana loved to play games, but there was one board game in particular that you played a lot, and it was Deal or No Deal. Remember that?
Oh,
that was fun. That was a fun game, and we'd set it up just like it was, like the TV thing.
Right.
And there was one thing where it got to the end, and it was your turn to say Deal or No Deal, and you said deal. And what was your prize?
a penny.
It was a penny. Oh.
That's all right.
It's all right. It was all fun and games, but you guys played that quite a bit,
Yeah, we did.
and you enjoyed it because it just
Josh liked it.
Josh liked
So
it. Yeah,
Daddy and I would play.
yeah. That particular game was on a Sunday night in 2012.
2012.
In 2012, that was a long time ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, quite a few.
About 8 years ago.
But still
Yeah.
in our minds. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there are a lot of memories of growing up. I think talking about one of my most vivid memories that I had is when I was in kindergarten. And I know we're switching around here a lot, but I was in kindergarten and we were going out for recess. And I was running, and our school had a hill. And I was running down the hill, and I fell head first. And I cut my lip, and it was bleeding pretty bad. So basically I went to the hospital and I got stitches in my lip. Well, I wasn't about to go back to school. I was pretty miserable because of those stitches. And Mom and Dad had a rehearsal they had to go to. We had Aunt Gertrude. Our Aunt Gertrude was their pianist for when they would sing. And Mom and Dad had to go to the rehearsal. And so I wasn't going to school the next day, so they brought me. And I was miserable. I couldn't eat. I just had a hard time eating. And Aunt Gertrude had a wonderful idea. She thought you needed something really soft that you can chew, that's not you won't bother you to chew. And so she opened up this wonderful can of pears. I had never really had those kind of pears before. I'd had the kind that you would eat, but I never had canned pears. And these pears were so soft, and it was the perfect solution to my misery. But it kept me entertained. To this day, I love canned pears.
Oh,
I
do
love
too.
them. And I remember you used to fix them with cheese.
Mm-hmm.
Did you put them on top of cottage cheese, and then
Yeah.
you put the pears, and then you put cheese, grated Velveeta or something inside of them. Where did you learn to make that? Was that just something you made up?
I think so. Just made up.
Oh, but when you did that, that always brought back the memory of when I was in kindergarten, and those first time I'd had those kind of pears, and good memories. Horrible memory of falling down a hill, but it was good memories. But
Yeah.
I still have the scar from the stitches in my lip, and I'm always still self-conscious about it. But it used to, my lip used to be even bigger.
I don't ever notice.
Because I guess it's, I've changed with age. I've aged, yes. But anyway, those were some good memories. We've been talking a lot about food too, haven't we?
Food's important.
Food is important, yeah. Well, now I want to get back to some funny things and funny stories that, we would come over here a lot. We'd come here on Fridays, and we'd come over here on Sundays. And when we would leave at night, sometimes we'd have to go to Walmart, right? Let's see, what day was that? It was Sunday night, February 2013, and we were on our way home. We had just left, and we had to stop at Walmart to get some oil for the car. Our little Ford Taurus liked to burn oil, so we would have to. We couldn't fix it all, but we just kept putting oil in it. And so we went into Walmart, and it was kind of late, but Josh was still at that age when he, was just free and easy, and just wanted to make everybody happy, and and so we got up to the counter for the cashier to check us out. And, she didn't look too happy to begin with. But anyway, we came to the cashier. And Josh said, "Hey, beautiful one." And her whole countenance changed. Like, "How dare you talk to me that way?" Kind of, it shook her up. And she wouldn't say a thing. She wouldn't talk to us. And as he was, kept trying to talk to her, she was moving the oil and watching him. And he said it again, and she was putting some oil in the bag, and it dropped. And Danny and me, we just started laughing, and it was, you know how Danny laughs. He can't hold it. He gets that. But anyway, she was just really perturbed with us. She just did not like the fact that Josh would call her, "Hey, beautiful one," and she wouldn't even hardly talk to us. She didn't even say thank you for shopping at Walmart.
Well, that same one said I'm married.
No, this is a whole different one. But anyway, when we left the store, we were walking out. The next customer came up behind us, and she says, "Hi, welcome to Walmart. Did you get everything you need?" And she was back to her old self again. But boy, she just did not like us. And when she said what she said to the next customer, we just started laughing even harder. And we laughed all the way home. I'm serious. We laughed all the way home from Mount Juliet into Nashville. And we laughed so hard, we were all just about peeing in our pants. It was so fun. But we'll never forget that kind of laughter, that we would have. But I think our our whole experience with her, it just really shook her up, and that's why she dropped the oil. But it was just so funny. It was so hilarious.
Well, you had said, "Lady, you dropped something."
Yeah. But then there was another time, like you mentioned earlier, there was a time when we were at Kmart up here. I don't know what it is about these stores with these cashiers, but Josh would go in and he was just trying to be sweet and be nice and trying to cheer them up, and she said, and he said, we walked up to the cashier and he said, "Hey, beautiful one," and her response was, "I'm married." And Josh was only like 9 or 10 years old, and she was this, it was obviously from like an Eastern kind of religious affiliation, but she just became very stern and very, she kept looking at us like there was something wrong with us. Yeah, and she would talk to us, but she wouldn't talk to Josh. Don't you read? You were with us. I don't think that was Danny. I think it was you. But you were with us, and she would talk to us, but she wouldn't talk to Josh. She ignored Josh. Oh, it was, and of course Josh is like,
I should have turned around and said, "You're not as pretty as I thought you was."
Well, we're thinking too, like, I'm married, and she was saying I'm married, and we were thinking inside, I feel sorry for your husband. But she was really rude.
Oh, God,
but I guess it was just her way of being correct about herself. But then the one last thing that I want to leave on this show, a last little tidbit, is one of the last few times that all of us played one of Josh's games. And there was a recording that Josh got, and I've got to read this correctly. It was May 18th, 2017. Josh, me, and you and Danny were playing a game, similar to Apples and Apples again. And Danny got so tickled when creamed corn came out as one of the, possible answers. And here's a recording of that time, if we can remember it. And I just love I love his laugh. I love what happened. Here we go.
We can't answer those questions, you know. Who put it down? If we answer you.
Creamed corn. I thought we were eating plain corn.
Corn is haunting? You gotta be
Can it
kidding.
be scary? Cream.
Haunting. Okay.
Ooh, green corn. I thought it was funny.
Oh, no. Which one do you pick?
Oh, it's hard to decide because the Lion King is not, but the other two I have to choose from. Creamed corn. Green corn. I was gonna pick violins, but
Well, what was wrong with the Lion King? That's what I had. He keeps laughing.
your face is all red.
Yeah, yeah, his face is turned real red.
Why is your face so red?
Just laughing too hard.
Take your green card. Let's see what we're going.
Oh, creamed corn.
What innocent, good, winning, not bad. Innocent.
Oh,
Like you think green corn is scary?
No, but evidently he did.
actually, we could do a movie about haunting creamed corn.
And you know what? He actually did make a movie about haunted cream corn. He did. He did do one later on.
Oh.
But he could laugh. And that's one of the things I miss most about it is how he would get tickled and would laugh so much. And yeah, it's one thing I remember Eric mentioning at his funeral, at Danny's funeral, about the laugh, you know.
Yeah.
And I like to remember that part, you know, of Danny and how he would laugh. And yeah, we miss him.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, but we had a lot of fun. But it's been good talking.
Thank you.
And
We went down memory lane
we
today.
went and we
We're getting in bad shape,
anyway, this has been fun. I love it when we get to share the memories and everything.
That's right.
But you know, we hope you've enjoyed it. We hope you enjoy hearing about our lives, and Gan's lives especially. We all have some wonderful memories to share, and we're glad you tune in and watch these shows because they're fun for us to make, and it's just good to go back and you know, remember the good times, remember the fun times,
Right.
and that's what we hope you get out of this is to, you know, be able to remember that there are so many good things to think about in this life. And but thanks for joining us, and we'll
Thank
see
you.
you next time.
Bye.
Bye bye.